Thanks, Riv. I want to welcome Dyrus to the desk after a great win against CLG. Is it any sweeter, given that it is against CLG, and we've already kind of touched on the rivalry aspect of it?
CLG is always the best motivation for winning because you have all the fans saying free LG or free SM, and it's just, I've gotten kind of used to it, but it's still like really annoying. So hopefully with this win, CLG will pick up the pace for playoffs.
And I actually have to kind of press you on this one because you talked about CLG not playing so well right now. What do you think their big issue is?
I feel like in the last 4 games, I've kind of understand it now. The first game, I'm not too sure when they beat us. Like, they just straight out beat us. The second game, when we beat them, it felt like they weren't confident in their play. And then when they beat us, we weren't confident in our play, and they were confident that week. So I feel like we took turns getting complacent, possibly. Just that's how I feel about it.
What is it that made you guys so confident this week, then?
We have Lustboy on our team. He's a new, with every new member, it's a new motivation. We have to work extra hard because every time you play some member, synergy changes, and especially language barriers, although it's not too bad with League of Legends.
So we watched Lustboy go up against Afromoo and Doublelift in this game. Now, granted, there were a bit of some lane swaps going on. How do you feel he performed relatively to one of the stronger supports in the NA scene?
He just knows what to do. Like, you don't have to tell him anything. We don't have to discuss it. He'll talk about, like, I'm going to go get wards here. And then, we'll talk about it together, and it'll be decided very quickly. And we'll all know what to do. And then we have that smooth process going. We have Dragon Timer in the back of our head. Everything was just smooth.
Is he stepping into a bit more of a shot caller role, or is that still kind of falling on Bjergsen and Amazing's shoulders?
It's still on Bjergsen and Amazing, but when Bjergsen and Amazing are having trouble, they just look to Lustboy because he knows. And Lustboy actually doesn't really talk that much, but he says just enough for us to get by.
And it seems like you guys are actually playing phenomenally well right now, and you're moving on your way towards the playoffs. You're, 1 game behind first place right now. We've asked Cloud9 about it, asked a couple of teams about it. How high are your sights set? Cloud9 said they just wanted to make sure they were happy with their own play. Are you set on number 1? Are you set on just making sure you go to Worlds? What's the TSM goals?
TSM's goals with, what Reggie said, is always to go to Worlds and actually win Worlds. Although it's a very far goal that we're striving to reach, and we're working harder and harder every day to reach it.
Nice.
All right, well, let's turn our sights back into this game a little bit. I want to pull up a replay just to highlight some stellar play that you had. And in a situation where you're not actually really doing much in terms of kills or anything like this, explain to me the thought process and the calls going on in the team when you decide to chase 3 members of their team across the entire map.
So I wasn't thinking about what my team was doing. Right here, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die. And then luckily Dexter missed that, or I dodged it, and Divine missed. And right after, it was like my team's like, oh wow, there's 4 bottom. They can't siege bottom, so let's just go middle. And I'm just chasing them. I'm just telling my team I'm chasing. I don't know what my team's doing. I'm just chasing. I know they can't kill me because I'm pretty tanky and we're pretty far ahead already, but I'm just chasing them and giving my team a positional advantage. It's just nothing special.
That seems like the sort of the old style of top lane. I remember back when Hotshot was a big top laner as well. It was like, I'm going to run around, be as annoying as possible, have people chase me. Do you ever wish you were playing Singed again, basically?
The thing about Singed there is it's kind of similar, but because Aurelia has the passive to getting away. And on Singed, I don't know, it's just sort of different, but it's, it's kind of the same. Hotshot was a god at that. He's really, really good at that. I wish I could be as good as that as he was.
It's actually interesting because, it seems like all the top laners have their own different styles. I think it's sort of understated. You have guys like Zion who they want to 1v1 use split push all the time. You go the extreme of Hotshot where they don't care about fighting, they just want to pull people around. How have you sort of modeled your very long League of Legends career around emulating various styles, learning new tricks? What sort of top lane are you trying to be?
Like last time, I just said I'm a copycat. I just copy people. And now, with Locodoco on the team, I still copy people. Every time we see someone from a different region pulling out something top and we just test if it's good, then I just copy it. It's a little bit harder from going to melee to range. I was actually I'm more comfortable with like just melees in general, because that's just where I was. Like I started with Jax, Singed, and then like there's the AP style, there's the range style, like I don't know, there's all kinds of different styles.
Jace, the Lulus.
Yeah, Jace is particularly the most difficult one, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
You did have Jace a couple years ago, though. I like that personally.
It was more during a time where other top laners were kind of like a little bit behind, in my opinion. Other than Voyboy. Voyboy was up there, and then he moved to mid lane. Yeah, Jace was really good at abusing, and also he was very, very strong, actually. Right now, if you play Jace top, you have to absolutely be God with him, otherwise you'll just get screwed over.
All right, final question here. You guys start off the week next week in Super Week against LMQ. And now you're only one game behind them after their loss today and your win. So how important is it going to be to start off that week strong against LMQ?
So a big tendency we have is usually losing the first game of the week, which happens a lot. And against LMQ, they've been our kryptonite. As far as looking at their play this week, it seems like they fell into some sort of slump. But we're going to be expecting the worst, expecting them to play at their best, and we're going to bring it our all.
All right, well, it'll be a fun match to watch. Thank you, Dyrus, for taking the time to sit at the desk with us. We've got to slip away for a quick break. When we return, we'll see if Complexity can pick up their third win against Team Dignitas. We'll be right back.